Well, James, where do we start?
Well, I suppose you've got to start at the beginning of the game. You know, we actually went one up, but we didn't come out. In fact, there was only one team in it first half. We were second best in every department, second to every first ball, second to every second ball. You know, and people didn't. It's hard to put your finger on it, like what the reasoning behind it is, because of the way they performed second half. But some of us didn't come out. Like I say, we'll analyse it and sit back and try and suss out the reason why the performance levels were so poor first half. You know, also you've got to give Grays some credit. I thought they were very good first half. Got in and about us, won all the first and second balls, and there was only one team that really wanted it. So you know, we had some harsh words at half time. You know, we told some people they've got to have a look at themselves. Every department at level needs to go up. Certainly work rate. You know, we've got to compete because we didn't compete first half. We've got to get back in it, get in amongst it. You know, and in fairness, you know, you always believe you can get back in the game. But I looked around at half time and I worried because we looked gone. So you know, to then get something out of them second half and then drag it out of themselves and perform the way they did, you know, massively proud, and you know, showing a real lot of character tonight. Not only to get us back and get us level, but then to go on and get a winner as well. You know, it's a really happy dressing room, and you know, we need to try and take the momentum on now. Yeah,
obviously you mentioned about half time, but that goal before half time obviously would have given us a bit of belief of getting back into the game even more.
Yeah,
but it's that old football adage, isn't it? You score before half time, you get the lift, and it's
and maybe psychologically that helped. I think if we're honest, it was against the run of play. Maybe the guy's lucky he stayed on the pitch. And from first look, I thought it was actually a penalty, but then Louis to step up and strike a ball like that, you know, his debut tonight, coming in, hasn't played this level of football for a while. He's been obviously doing excellent in the reserves, but to step up tonight and be thrown straight in, he didn't know before the game it would start tonight, and to have a debut like that, and you know, he did excellent all night. It was a threat every time he got on the ball, and in fairness, probably one of the few first half that had carried a threat and could have, you know, had a moment of magic, and certainly the free kick was that. And like you say, psychologically it's got to give us that lift. It's probably knocked their confidence a little bit going into half time, but it was a completely different team that come out from our second half. You know, I thought we were excellent everywhere across the pitch, controlled the game, won the battle again, which we didn't do first half, and I think only team that carried the threat second half.
Just touching on Louis, we've seen him quite often in the reserves, like you said.
Yeah.
It shows obviously that level of football, the guys do well. You spot it. George or Jack will obviously mention it as well. That there are opportunities to come into the first team as and when boys need it.
Yeah, and Wyon's the same. You know, Wyon's having a good season in the reserves, but you know, every time I've watched Louis, or every time I've had any reports from the reserves, Louis' name pops up. You know, he's another outstanding game, another 2 goals. You know, and there is a difference in levels, and you never know how people are going to step up. And I mean, it's different with Louis because he's played this level and higher. He's just had to rebuild his confidence. It took a dent, and I think he fell out of love with the game a little bit. But certainly, you know, the way Jack and George have managed him and got his confidence back up and built it back up, and we've not wanted to rush it. You know, we've said no, we'll wait till he's ready. You know, because when you have a guy in your reserves who's scoring like in the frequency he is, in the position he plays, and when you watch him, he's getting a man out of the match. We wanted to get him in, but we said no. Look, you know, with the confidence, let's let him build himself up. When he says he's ready, we'll get him involved. And you know, thankfully, we rushed around to get him signed on because we thought he had already signed, but he hadn't actually signed first team form. So we rushed around yesterday to get the paperwork through, and we're really obviously pleased that we did.
We got back to level taken at 3-3. At that point, I think in fact we were talking 3-2. If we get one, we get two.
Yeah.
It always seems to be that game. We get the third goal, we would get the fourth.
I think we had the
momentum. But to get the fourth goal from someone who you wouldn't expect to get the fourth goal, it's a bit.
Lovey's popped up. I mean, had he not scored that and they'd gone down the other end, I'd have been the first one having a word with him. But no, you know, it fell to him nicely. It's a great corner from Louis. We were just about to bring Tony on and make a more positive change, and then we scored just before the substitution and decided to bring a bit extra midfielder on. But yeah, you know, we're just massively pleased with the second half and the character we showed. And like you say, when the third one went in, we did have the momentum, and it sort of showed. And thankfully, we did get that extra chance, and really pleased.
And huge game Saturday.
Massive Saturday now, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be anyway. Bauer's been sitting top for most of the season. It's going to be really, really tough. It was a good game over there at the start of the season, and hopefully it'll be another entertaining game like tonight was. I'm sure the supporters feel like they've got value for money tonight. But yeah, another really tough game. But I think they all are now. You know, we haven't had an easy game. I can't remember we've had one all season really. You know, they're all going to be tough, and certainly Bauer's offer a tough, stern proposition.
Yeah, thanks, James.
All right, cheers guys, appreciate that.